11 has a follow-up tonight to a story we brought you last Tuesday. It's about a Chinese man living in Flushing who says he was drugged and deported from a federal detention center downtown, then dumped in Beijing, China. Two people have come forward to back up his story. Mary Murphy from our WPIX Investigate unit is here with more on this. Mary.
Thanks, Heidi. When my story finished last week, a viewer from Brooklyn called WPIX 11 right away, claiming he witnessed abuse of Ding Qian at the Varick Street Detention Center. He recently got out of the facility. Here's his story.
About 5 guys came out, they beat him up, and they put 2 shots into his arm.
Dmitry Kiselyov, born in the Soviet Union and a former detainee at the Varick Detention Facility in Soho, backing up the claim of this Chinese man, Ding Qian, that Ding was drugged and abused when he tried to resist deportation from the United States back in October. Qian talked to me from southern China by phone last week.
Hey, tell me the ground, because they searched me.
Like they were fighting, you know, like beat him up with the stick. They have their own suits that they put on. We call it ninja suit.
Why you call it that?
Because it's just, that's the way it looks like. You can't see the faces. You know, they have like gloves on. And
Kiselyov, who has pleaded not guilty to fraud charges in connection with his cell phone store, called WPIX 11 immediately after we aired this surveillance footage from Chinese TV showing a dazed Ding Qian wandering around Beijing airport on October 17th after he was deported. Kiselyov was facing deportation himself because of an old criminal case when he was a teen involving stolen auto parts. He says he received probation back then. Why should we believe you're telling the truth about what happened to Ding Qian?
Well, I actually saw it, what happened to him. He was outside the cell. He was the only guy there by the processing room.
WPIX 11 also received a call from an Italian detainee about Ding's case, a man who remains inside the Varick Street facility and who's friendly with Kiselyov. A recording indicated conversations are often monitored at the detention facility.
There are few cases they were trying to deport me.
You saw the abuse?
That's correct.
The detention facility here at 201 Varick Street is under the jurisdiction of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, but it's operated by a private business based in Alaska that has a contract with the U.S. government. The ICE spokesman here in New York told me today that there are federal officers based here, but also civilian security guards. The company name is Atna Technical Services. Tonight, ICE spokesman Lou Martinez said this about the private contractors. They adhere to ICE performance-based national detention standards. And back on November 25th, Martinez told me that Ding's complaint was being looked at by ICE's Office of Professional Responsibility.
ICE's priority is to ensure the safe and humane detention and removal of those individuals it has in its care and custody.
Ding's lawyer claimed last week that female detainees witnessed his abuse when he was allegedly stripped of his clothes. But the Varick Street Center is listed as an all-male facility. The center has come under fire for allegedly limiting access to attorneys.
I live right now with no documents.
Dmitry Kiselyov says his green card was taken away, but now it turns out he can't be deported. ICE released him in November, 2 months after the Consulate General of Belarus turned down a U.S. request to deport him to the former Soviet Republic. The Consulate General noted, Mr. Kiselyov is neither a citizen nor a permanent resident of the Republic of Belarus. Therefore, your request cannot be complied with. Kiselyov sums it up this way.
I'm from the Soviet Union. It don't exist no more.
A man without a country. Kiselyov is under supervision by ICE, and he's supposed to meet his ICE officer tomorrow. He's one of 11,000 people who move through the Varick Street facility every year. More than 2,000 were actually removed, deported from this area last year. Heidi and Jim.
Okay, thank you.